Imagine that you are developing a video game with a nice world. At some point, you decide to add a completely new fiery world. This means that now we need two different environments, each with its unique characters, enemies, plants, obstacles, and so on. You don't want to tie the creation of certain objects to the worlds, so you want to create some kind of mechanism that takes responsibility for creating the appropriate families of objects in the corresponding worlds. In this game, we can use the abstract factory design pattern for creating objects and entities specific to each world. The abstract factory is a creational design pattern that provides an interface for creating families of related or dependent objects without specifying their concrete classes. It extends the concept of the factory method pattern by introducing multiple factory methods organized into a single abstract factory class. This pattern is especially useful when a system needs to be independent of how its objects are created, composed, and represented. First, let's create a world factory, which is an interface that defines methods for creating different types of objects in the world. Concrete implementations of world factory create objects specific to ice and fire worlds. Let's call them Ice World Factory and Fire World Factory. Each of these concrete factories will implement all the world factory methods and return specific objects corresponding to their world. Now, when you want to add a new world, such as Air World, you simply create and implement an Air World Factory class that will implement each world factory's method, and that's it. Then, you will be able to use this new world's factory and there will be no changes in the existing worlds. If you want to add a new game entity to all worlds, you simply add the function to the world factory and implement it in each specific factory. This addition will not break existing code, and after that, you will be able to use the new entity in your new scenarios. There are four actors in this design pattern. First, abstract factory. This is an interface that declares several factory methods and is responsible for creating a family of related products. Concrete factory is a subclass of abstract factory that implements factory methods to create concrete instances of related products. The last two actors are abstract product and concrete product. Concrete product is a subclass of abstract product, which is an interface that implements certain product features defined in abstract product. The abstract factory design pattern offers several advantages. Firstly, it promotes consistency by ensuring that the products generated by the factory are compatible and consistent with each other. Secondly, it enables the isolation of object creation. This means that client code remains isolated from the specifics of object creation, contributing to a high level of abstraction. Also, the abstract factory pattern offers flexibility. You can easily introduce new product families by creating new concrete factory classes without changing existing client code. Lastly, it encourages separation. Clients rely on the abstract interfaces of factories and products, which reduces dependency on concrete classes. Speaking about disadvantages. Firstly, it can introduce increased complexity to the codebase, particularly when managing multiple factories and product families. As more types of product and factories are added, the number of classes and interactions can grow substantially, potentially making the code harder to understand and maintain. Secondly, the abstract factory pattern has a limited scope and is most suitable when dealing with a specific set of related product families. If the application requires creating individual objects with unique characteristics, other creational patterns like factory method or builder might be more appropriate. That's all about abstract factory design pattern. See you in the next video.